Can I backflip a dirt jumper? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out today. And that is exactly why we're at Ramp World in Cardiff. Today, we're going to try some backflips. I'm not too sure if we're going to get it to resi, but I at least want to get comfortable doing it to foam. Then next week, we'll come back to do it to the resi, but I'm going to try. Anyway, enough of the aberrin. Let's try and get the bike out of the car because it's jammed right in. Then we'll get riding. But before we could get upside down, I had to get inside, tighten the bike up and pump the tyres up. Because for whatever reason, I was on about 9 PSI. And due to this being a skate park and no mud, not have to worry about grip, I'm having them nice and hard. And then boom, we were in the skate park. For a little warm up, I thought I'd jump these boxes. But this is my first time riding this dirt jumper in weeks. And as you're about to see, I cased every single one of them. So I thought I'd leave the jump in the boxes and get to work on what we came here for. Getting upside down. And here we go, my first attempt of a backflip. Wasn't the worst attempt in the world. But if that was the dirt, that would have hurt. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. So I went for the second attempt. This time I whipped my head back so fast, I suffered a bit of whiplash. And it was so out of control that I over-rotated. Right, so that's 2 attempts of the backflip. First one, under-rotated. Second one, over-rotated. Just know that I'm going to be getting aids from that. I've breathed so much of it in already. So with the aids in mind, I got back to work getting upside down. I did backflip after backflip after backflip. And after every one, I had to clamber back out the foam, which was hard enough in itself. But then sure enough, after probably 30 backflips, I started to get to grips with how fast to spin, how to slow it down, how to speed it up. Oh, right, I've just come outside for a little breather because that foam is destroying my lungs. I can feel it already. I reckon I've inhaled at least 4 cubes. Although the backflips are going well, to be fair. Don't forget, it's my first time ever trying these. I do want to try and send them to resi today, but we'll see. I want to, but I don't want to do it if I'm going to over-rotate and slam my head at Mach 10. Probably should have watched a video on how to backflip before I got here, but I'm going to try and 180 this little thing here. A little slide back and see what happens. I thought I'd try and do a little 180 to fake it. But after about 20 attempts, I only landed one. Oh yeah, and the reason I'm not speaking to the camera in the skate park is because of the god-awful music they use. 1, it sounds awful on camera, and 2, I don't want a copyright strike. Not quite. For the stakes of these now. It's time to tighten them up, don't you think? Crikey. Right, so I'm going to attempt another backflip. I'm going to try and get this one perfect. I was getting them consistently good. I'd really cracked the code for controlling how much I'm spinning in the air. If I've got to whip it round because I've under-rotated. If I've got to speed it up a little bit because I've under-rotated. And I honestly was confident enough that I would land it on a resi. The question is, would I send it? Right, so unfortunately, we didn't get the backflip to resi today. But it's the first time ever going upside down on a bike. And I did a good couple of reps in the foam pit on it. Yeah, told you, that foam bit is death. I feel quite comfortable going upside down now, and I was so close to sending it on the resi. But then loads of people started to arrive, and it just knocked me out the zone I was in, you know? I know it's a resi, so, you know, it's not going to hurt too much, but it will still hurt if I over-rotate and slap my head on the floor at Mach 25. I reckon we come back next week, and we send it to resi. Then we can get started on chucking it onto some dirt. I suppose this is part 1 of learning how to backflip on a mountain bike. But wait, the video is not ending there. The maps have now taken me down some crazy tracks to get to Van Road Trails, which is like a collection of dirt jumps. Don't get me wrong, I love Wales. The mountain biking and the riding is amazing and the scenery is phenomenal, but these roads, that is mad. This is the sort of situation where I wish I had the van because this car is not designed for these treacherous back roads. Anyway, if we survive, we'll see you at Van Road Trails. Okay, so I've just got to the Van Road Trails. Now I've got to try and get the bike out of the car. Let's just say it's a tight squeeze. Don't ask me how I got in there. By the time I had actually got to the Van Road Trails, time was starting to tick on. I was at the skate park for an hour longer than I should have been. I suppose time flies when you're upside down. And I still had a 3-hour drive home. So this is a flying visit to Van Road Trails just to show you guys what it's about. All the foam on my sock. That's in my lungs as well. Deep in my lungs. Right, I've just arrived at Van Road Mountain Bike Trails. It's basically 5 or 6 different jump lines, but they're good fun. It goes from small on this end, has a little pump track in the middle, to some decent sized gaps over there. I'm gonna start off on this area here just to warm up, even though I'm very warm after the skate park, but You know what I'm trying to say. That's better. Oh, it's gone off course. Right, let's try this little mini pump track out then. At Van Road Trails in Wales. Oh! That rhymed. Oh god, that was close. I nearly went then. Oh. So as well as them smaller lines I've just showed you, they've also got this sort of stuff, progressively getting bigger. Got some quite fun looking big stuff over there. I don't know if I've got it in me to send it today, boys and girls. I'm pretty done in and I've still got to drive 2.5 hours home. But what I will do is my favourite thing of the whole of Van Road, which is this. Let's have a little look. There's like these little mini starting gates here. Let's have a little goosey. Little berm ski there. Oh, that's wet. Due to my terrible camera angles today, you can't actually see the trail, but this is like a dual slalom track. That kind of thing anyway. It's just got a load of berms and little jumps. But honestly, I don't know what was up with my camera angles today. So much more to see than what I've showed you of Van Road Trails. It's just, I'm shattered. More like last week, I'd had 2-3 months off the bike and a lot of Guinness. I'm unfit and I'm a bit fat as well. If you're ever in Wales, if you ever go to Ramp World Cardiff, you've got to check out Van Road Trails. They're like 25 minutes away and they are so fun. There's literally something for everyone there. There's small stuff for beginners and then there's some really fun big ones for not beginners. Wow, who'd have thought being upside down for like 2 or 3 hours at a skate park trying backflips would be so tiring. By the time I'd got to the Van Road Trails, I was done. And then even still, I didn't have the bollocks to send it to Resi. I'm so annoyed with myself. But I was running out of time and I'd overstayed my welcome at the skate park massively. I was meant to leave there like an hour earlier so I could go and ride at Van Road properly. So I thought, you know what, I'll return next week and I'll do it first thing. Let me know down below, do you reckon I should send the backflip? Do you think I need to speed up the rotation or slow it down? And also let me know, where do I go next? Dedicate this whole year to visiting the best mountain bike trails in the UK, the best bike parks, skate parks, you get what I'm trying to say. And of course, if you're not subscribing, tap the button. And even share the video actually, how about that?